Sup. The opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and Future Bachelor only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity. This fun podcast may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor Podcast.
Good riff. Right.
Welcome to Future Bachelor. My name is Sai.
And I'm Veronica, and I need a drink after that.
Oh, that's what you get. This is episode 85.
Karma is immediate.
My birthday episode. Can you explain what just happened?
The White Claw splooshed on me.
All over those places.
It's actually pretty contained. Only a couple of droplets on the dress.
It's all good. What a way to
little bit on
start.
my face.
What a way to start. Oh, well, guys, check it out. We're still celebrating my birthday with some White Claws. Cheers.
L'chaim.
Yeah, L'chaim.
Yay, the kids, they love a good alcoholic beverage.
I had to start it off with that little bop because Your Smiling Face by James Taylor is like, the Fly Kids like go-to song anthem. And I was just feeling like, the love this weekend and stuff.
Aww.
So, I had to start off with one of my favorite tunes. So that's what that was right there. What's been going on in your life, V? How are you? It's good to see you. What have you been up to?
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm like looking back. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So an actual Halloween when our episode came out last week.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything Halloween related. We were my girlfriends, Amy and Morgan and I were gonna watch like maybe a Halloween-ish movie, and we all came over. We were drinking wine, and then instead we watched the Rihanna fashion show, which I've seen already, and I was loving it again. And then we decided, because we're on Amazon Prime already, we saw that they had all of the seasons of The Hills. And so we started our rewatch of The Hills. I'm currently on season 3 because I haven't been going as hard in the paint. I think Morgan's like almost done with season 4.
I love The Hills. I've seen every episode.
So
I still need to see the new ones.
I'm like, now I'm going to watch all of them so I could watch the new ones. And like, I think I like am in love with Brody Jenner, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He's so hot.
Yeah, he's pretty hot. He just like,
I'm excited for
he's just a playboy, and he works, he knows how hot he is. Like,
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
He's like a female Kim Kardashian.
I mean, I know.
Except he doesn't like to be famous.
I mean, yeah.
He likes to be famous enough to get the girls.
I mean, yeah. He definitely, everything. I'm just waiting because like I'm not at the point where Kristen Cavallari is back on yet, so I'm waiting for her.
Oh, it gets a little messy.
I know. I'm excited.
It's like literally like
bitch.
Elsie and Kristen have had like the same like run-ins, like even when they were on Laguna Beach. But don't get me started.
Oh, we could.
I
really
could go forever.
There. But anyway,
but they did have one of the most meta endings to a series before they came back.
Oh yeah, they like did the whole like.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, they did like a whole like, ooh, is this true or is it not? Like a green screen.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really like a green screen. It was like a back like Hollywood like lot set or whatever set lot, and like it was like the last scene. She says goodbye, and then they like zoom out and they show the whole lot, and it's like cast and crew. It was like a weird ending to
like
the show.
It was like they pretended like they were finally in on the joke.
Yeah, well, but it was actually probably real and fake. It's one of those things where it's their real lives, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but parts of it were definitely scripted.
Oh, it's definitely scripted. Yeah. Like the voiceovers are the worst.
Well, it's interesting because like right now I'm like in season 3, and you could start to see like how Heidi is like now slowly making changes to her body.
That's the saddest part of the whole show is seeing her and like Spencer like spiral. I think they've gotten better, but like that show documents like how crazy it got.
They're
like,
crazy. I mean, like I see sometimes their Snapchat stuff. Like it's just wild because like, I mean, I think they're little like family units. They have a son now. They're like chill, but it's like just so interesting. Like they, their whole business, like what they make money off of now is his Pratt daddy like crystal business.
Yeah, no, yeah, he got into the crystals. You see all that happen,
and, like,
but
crystal and whatever.
My whole thing with that is like it's kind of interesting to see like people like hate on two people enough to the point where they like become, they just will stick with each other.
And they weren't innocent either.
Them against the world. Well, I don't know. I also thought that they were kind of sometimes like I don't know. They weren't innocent, but it's not like anybody else wasn't any worse than them on the show, gossiping and doing things.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We don't need to really do a whole. This isn't a show.
Sorry, guys.
About the hills. But anyways, so I did that. I had Friday. I had some catch up time with our friend Asia, and then my friend Taylor Marie. We got some drinks and things. And then on Saturday, I did the Darty with the Fern Leaf Boys. Shout out to Sims.
How was that?
It was a lot of fun. It was tons of fun.
Hate that I missed it.
We played a giant game of Flip Cup before. It was like our lead up to before the football game started because it was Florida versus Georgia, which is like, for all these UJ people, it was a big game.
For sure.
And so then we were all watching the game. It was a lot of fun. And then I left that to go meet up with my friend Maggie, who just like I've hung out with her only like once, and she just moved back here. And so we met up at Smith's Old Bar, and then we decided we were gonna like see their like whatever music was playing that night, but then we just decided to go back to our ratchet ways. Like I was already like several drinks deep, and then like had some more drinks at there, and she was like had been drinking a little bit, and we're like, let's just go to Buckhead. And then we were like pretty lit.
It's always Buckhead. Crazy when people are like, let's go to Buckhead.
Because you're lit. You know you're trying to get lit. And so then we ended the night with some Waffle House, which was really clutch, which was what everything.
I haven't had Waffle House in a long time.
Yeah, I hadn't either. So it was like really, it was like kind of like, it was going to Waffle Home.
Waffle Home.
Waffle Home.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah. And then my friend Annie was briefly in town, so I got to meet up with her, get some drinks with her, and then and then we did your fucking birthday surprise.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll get to that in a little bit, but San Diego, my trip out there was amazing.
It looked beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I love California.
Like, I mean, the weather there, it was like that song was like the first song I heard when I got there and stuff. But it was just like so, like the weather was so nice. Like I honestly cannot believe it. There was like not a cloud in the sky for like 2 days. I was like, what's going on here? I don't trust this. But the sunsets are so beautiful. My friend Sterling like lives like right on the beach, so it was amazing.
That's like how I have friends that live in San Diego, and they like live right on the beach too.
Yeah,
it's wild.
It was crazy. So she showed me like a lot of stuff, and it was awesome. Like I saw a lot of different sites. Every rooftop bar there has a great view, so we got a lot of like different places to eat, and
got a lot of good pics.
Yeah.
If you're looking off in the distance with sunglasses.
Oh, for sure. And then and she had a lot of cool friends and stuff. So I had like such an amazing time. It was a great getaway.
How do you know your friend Sterling?
Sterling is my friend from Orlando. We met for the company down in radio. I think she was like started as an intern when I was already working there, and then now she works for another part of the company out in California and stuff. So she's just a homie, and she lives in a really nice part of the country. It's like awesome. So I took advantage of that, and I was like, the top of the year, I said I need to get out to the West Coast. I need to go to California at least once this year, and it was getting late in the year. Yeah. I had to go. So I came back, rested a day, and then my birthday was on Tuesday, yesterday from recording, but I was supposed to meet up with Chef John. Like, he said he had tickets, like, for something. Like, he was like, it's going to be a surprise. The way he hit me up about it, too, he was like, hey, what are you doing November 5th? And I'm like, actually, I got no plans yet. It's he's like, well, good, because I just got tickets for something. It's going to be a surprise. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, he surprised me before. Like, he's taking me to, like, the gun range and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm not, like, it wasn't tipping me off that he wasn't wanting to surprise me with, like, something or something. So, the fact that I was like, oh, it's my birthday that day too, so that's perfect. And so I was just thinking we were gonna go out and do something dope or something, and I show up last night, and it ended up being a surprise party for moi, and I swear it was the sweetest thing I've ever seen. Like it was Back to the Future theme.
Back to the Future.
And I was, and also Little Spirit themed, because that's my favorite bar. And they brought Little Spirit the bar too, because our friend Ebony is a bartender there. She brought like a little mini Little Spirit Junior, Little Spirit, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, Little Spirit.
But
Little Spirit.
Yeah. And they had the Enchantment Under the Sea dance background, so we all got to take like pictures on it.
Yeah.
And it was Back to the Future was playing, Huey Lewis and the News was playing in the background, and everyone surprised me. It was just really sweet because I don't know. Like I just it's not very often you have friends that do that for you and stuff. So I just was really appreciative of it, and I know you were a part of it and everything too. So my birthday was just has been incredible. 32 has already been, and I want to just give a an applause to everybody that well, hold on, why is it not applauding right now? There we go. Round of applause for y'all for making my birthday so amazing and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. What did you think about the party?
I mean,
what was my reaction like?
You were just like, it was funny because like we were all in the corner and like just heard you, like we were all like kind of like silently giggling because you're like, hey man, what's up? And like then you're like, yeah, I had to wear a jacket, like you're gonna be wearing a jacket, like whoa. It was just like
small talk, like guys small talk.
Yeah.
You guys are like cringing.
Yeah, we're just like, oh my god.
With another White Clawed people.
But yeah, no, it was fun, and I loved like there's lots of good pizza.
It was just so much to take in.
We were snacking so heavily. I think we were all
that
like
pizza. That's all right. If you guys know me, like I love pizza. It's my thing. I that's like my cake. My birthday cake could just be a stack of pizzas. But on top of that, they also had a birthday cake with me and the DeLorean coming out of it, like Marty McFly. Happy
Cy McFly.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I couldn't. It was it was just so thoughtful, you know what I'm saying? And it's just nice to have people in your life that could do that for you. So I really appreciate it. And then I finish it off with doing a cover of Memories by Maroon 5 as a thank you to all the love that I got.
And I heard it on, I think I've probably heard it on the radio before, but today was like the first day I like actually noticed it on the radio. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think of a song that I could do like really fast, and that one's like a really simple song. Mm-hmm. I already knew like the original. It's like some Beethoven song or some canon in D major or something. I don't know what it is, but I already knew it. So I did that song, and I just wanted to do that because I had taken PTO. Anytime I take PTO, I'm like, I gotta make music or something during this. So at the end of the episode, I'll play the song at the end of the show so you guys can check it out. But now that I'm back and I caught my flight back here into town, we might as well catch a flight to quick hits.
Yee.
What do we got for some quick hits, V?
So Selena.
Okay.
She got her first ever #1 on the Billboard charts this week.
Okay, Selena Gomez. Shout out to you.
Lose You to Love Me. Woo! So that's awesome. I feel like that's an amazing comeback for her.
Yeah.
It's just it's a comeback season, if you will. Comeback season because My Chemical Romance, which we reported on this very podcast.
You heard it here first, people.
Months ago, because Joe Jonas accidentally spilled the beans.
If it wasn't for our Joe Jonas correspondent, our Jonas
Brothers correspondent, I was showing off my Jonas Brothers knowledge when we were listening to Year 3000, and like people were asking, like saying stuff. I was like, this or that, the Jonas Brothers, this or that. And
I've never had a song on our playlist cause so much of like a disturbance. Everyone was like, "What song is this?" Because two different people were like singing every word. It was you and Rachel.
Yeah.
You guys are like singing every word that they're like, I've never heard this before in my life. I'm like, this is Jonas Brothers, like Disney Channel Jonas Brothers.
Yeah,
so
it was a cover, and it's a cover of like an 80s song.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard the original, but regardless, so
that's
My Chemical Romance.
What makes a good cover is when you don't really know the OG.
Yikes. Yeah, you would. But yeah, no, My Chemical Romance is coming back. That's really awesome. It'll be, I don't know though, these comeback tours, like.
Well, this one is like they only really announced like one major show in LA, and then like they kind of hinted that there might be some more / maybe like one internationally, but like I know my friend who lives in Vegas, who is a big My Chemical Romance fan, was like trying her hard. She's like, I could drive to LA. Like she was literally planning out. She's like, I'm gonna dump like $300 on this, blah blah blah, and like she didn't even. It's sold out. She didn't even get a ticket. Like people are like chomping at the bit because they already released like a proposed set list, and it's like a lot of old favorites, and I think they have a couple new songs that they're gonna like have on there. But I mean, I wasn't like a My Chemical Romance super fan. Like I like some My Chemical Romance.
Recently, I heard Stevie Aoki do like a remix to one of their songs and stuff.
He's
I mean, we started it's been one of the songs we started the show off with, right?
Black Parade, yeah.
Black Parade. So that was the episode we talked about, I bet. So what else we got?
Okay, speaking of the Jonas Brothers, they are taking full advantage of the fact that Mariah Carey said it's November 1st, you could start playing like All I Want for Christmas, and they have a Christmas single coming out on Friday called Like It's Christmas. So that will be interesting to see. I feel like and then Casey Musgraves is doing a
What was that noise about?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Casey Musgraves is going to be doing a big Christmas special called the Casey Musgraves Christmas Show, and she's going to have like James Corden, Leon Bridges, Camila Cabello. Like she's going to be singing
Does Casey Musgrave have like the it factor enough to host the special?
I guess so.
I mean, her music is great, but she just seems like...
I mean, I feel like she's like made, like she's been a part of like, especially like, you know, the yeehaw culture that's been like super big this past year with Old Town Road and her and like her album. So it's just, I feel like, I don't know if she's that much of like, the most of her personality that I know is like from what she's worn to like Met / like when her famous moment at Coachella when she said like, because she does this like call and response at her concerts where she's like,
dude, she's so good.
When
Oh
I
my
said
God.
ye, when I say ye, you say ha, and she said that, and they just all went ha, and she's like, I didn't fucking say ye.
Oh damn.
So people made like shirts saying like I didn't effing say ye, and so like it's just like, but like that was like her joke, but so like I don't know like, but I guess I feel like I don't know like her personality presence like that much. I know she's an incredible performer, and I think
I'm sure
she's,
she'll
like,
lean on people like James Corden and stuff to like.
Yeah, I mean, like, and like the personality that's been in her past albums is definitely kind of like she's this, you know, kind of like trailer park pageant queen. That's like some of like her old like titles of her albums was like pageant queen, whatever, and then one of them's like same trailer, different park, or like whatever. So like she kind of leans into being like kind of like a quirky, not sort like, you know, makes fun of like the stereotypes that are surrounding women in country. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Cool.
So that's that. But I am personally like, I'm not in the Christmas spirit until December hits. I will not do Christmas
Okay.
until I just can't. I have no, like, the people who are already listening to Christmas music, like, I'm like, okay, Thanksgiving isn't like, you know, whatever. But for me, I enjoy that time to be with my fam and do whatever. I just don't really need to feel the crushing capitalism and consumerism of Christmas just yet. And I feel like my friends went into Target on Halloween, and it was already filled with like, they had, instead of like the seasonal section still being Halloween stuff, it was already, they had
Yeah, like on Halloween they were switching already to Christmas at Target. Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? Like I am here for, you know,
you're like,
Halloween
I have 2
stuff.
full months, ma'am.
Yeah, sir.
Sir, ma'am.
I've been really like leaning into that sir thing. It's so funny.
Sir.
This past weekend it was one of our jokes that we're saying like, sir. Just
Man, I'm always like, ma'am.
It's just, well, my
Ma'am?
friend Sterling, like she's like always like, sir, like, you know, I'm like, I don't know why, but it just like, it's, to me it sounds like something like sir, like you're like,
Sir?
it's actually dismissive.
Sir. Sir, I don't know if you know, but sir, that's kind of what I'm always like.
It's not like she's trying to be like,
No,
she's
but
just like
that's-
trying to be actually like polite.
I know,
but
but like that's how I always do my fake like, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
it's so funny.
So I feel like that's probably, you've been jaded by me.
Probably. Yeah, we got some news on Keanu.
Keanu, for the first time in literally 35 years, has brought a date on the red carpet with him.
Okay.
And it is his new girlfriend. Her name is Alexandra Grant. She is an artiste. She actually illustrated his adult picture book that he did, I think like a couple years ago. Oh, several years ago, 2011, Ode to Happiness. But, you know, they looked so happy. And this is the first time in like 20 years that he's been public with a relationship. So, you know, I love Keanu, and one of my favorite podcasts called Thirst Aid Kit did a whole, Thirst Aid Kit is a podcast literally about thirst, and they go every week and break down either like maybe a category of thirst or maybe like just a single person. So like once they did like men in authority figures, like, so like maybe they talked about like hot priest from Fleabag and like somebody else, whatever. But then they had, because both the hosts love Keanu so much, they did a whole breakdown episode of just Keanu.
Okay.
And then I realized how much I also love Keanu. And then we've both watched Always Be Your Maybe. And I was like, wow, I really fucking love Keanu.
Keanu Reeves is so good. I mean, what's it called?
I just want him to be
The
happy.
John Wicks are so good.
Yeah.
Matrix, good.
Good.
Point Break, great.
Everything.
Anytime he's like comes on and he's funny, like playing himself, awesome.
He's just an all-around great guy. And I fell down some rabbit hole on Instagram yesterday where I started looking at this one gun range that all Hollywood stars go to like train for different stuff or like do different tests and things. And he did a video there, and it was like they were making fun. I think it's a woman run range, which I thought was cool. That's probably why I fell down that rabbit hole. But he did one of the fastest times on one of these courses, and like he was just like, I mean, I kind of miss this, and like the women were like, but you're Keanu Reeves, you just beat the record. He's just so chill.
He can dodge bullets, so I believe it. I honestly, I was seeing like, I don't know what I was watching, but like people were saying that she looks older.
Because she's an artist, she looks older, she's younger, she's 45, he's 55, or I think she's like 46. But I feel like maybe she either has purposely dyed her hair gray, or she just, let it go gray, like, and whatever, because like maybe she just like went gray early. Because 45 I feel like isn't that old, but
well, good for Keanu, man, because he
they
could
look
still get
happy.
like a hot young thing. And
yeah, but I kind of like that he's like with an age appropriate person. I feel like it makes me love him even more.
What is age appropriate though?
That's a tough question, especially like in Hollywood. I mean, like we talked about Dennis Quaid. Now he's getting married to a 26-year-old.
I mean, what is it? Age is nothing but a number.
It is nothing but a number. I agree, obviously, but
yeah, I mean, all right. Well, how you have any insight into this meme? What is appropriate age? What would people say? Like what? Like, is it like 3 to 5 years?
I feel like that's like what I feel like typical society and everything would probably. I feel like up to 10 years is usually what people are like, okay, we're comfy with this. And then everything outside of that is usually where it becomes a little bit more in uncharted territory. Because then it's usually like, okay, what are the motives involved on either end? Like, is someone a gold digger? Is someone just like a cradle robber? Like, what are they like looking
You
to
have
gain?
all the names at the top of your head right now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, this is like from a like larger society perspective. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, and especially I feel like in, the Hollywood game, like that Chicka D that's getting married to Dennis
What's
Quaid.
the age difference in Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra?
They're 11 years apart.
Whoa, Nick Jonas is the man, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, round of applause for Nick Jonas.
I mean, like, and it's funny because, like, the thing is, like, Nick Jonas, even, like, as a Jonas stan, Nick Jonas, like, as a kid growing up, was always called Mr. President. Like, out of their, like, he, like, kind of led the band. Like, even though, like, back in the day, like, Joe was, the front guy, because he just was.
He's always the middle brother.
It was just Nick who pretty much, like, ran everything, though. And it was Nick was the reason why they even, like, they were even getting a deal. But, so, like, I feel like that's where it gets iffy. It's like, okay, like, Nick is, like, notoriously very mature for his age. So, like, he always, he, like, used to, like, I think him and, who was it? She does Fabletics, Kate Hudson. I think him and her had, like, a thing for a while.
Nick Jonas and Kate Hudson?
I think so. It was
Oh my God.
like he like had a thing with a couple other older ladies. Like, so like this isn't like
Well, that's just kind of crazy though. Do you think he ever had a chance at younger women?
he definitely like he dated people his age or young. Like he dated
He was just like, no, women.
like Miley
Maybe
for a
I should
long
start just
time.
dating women.
Him and like Selena Gomez had a thing. It was always sort of like there was like kind of a weird period of time where him and Demi Lovato were like really close, and then they kind of fell out of it because I think they both started to like each other too much, and it was like a whole thing because Demi dated Joe and whatever. So he definitely like has dated had those situations with women, and like, and Olivia Culpo I think is about his age too, and that's who he dated for a while. She was Miss Universe.
Well, Age appropriate. Keep it appropriate, people. Well, what do we got in the news of Facebook these days?
So Facebook is rebranding as Facebook.
What?
So they're rebranding as all caps Facebook, which I feel like feels aggressive to me.
Why are you screaming, Facebook?
But they're changing their logo to be all uppercase letters. Like it's like the typeface is going to be.
They were all lowercase,
different.
right?
Yeah, I mean like the
logo is F.
It's a little baby F.
I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
It's
funny, in graphic design school, actually, one of my projects was to like brand Facebook. It was really hard.
And I think it's interesting, especially because I feel like, think about like Ariana Grande, think about like youth culture and stuff now. Like the all lowercase thing is very like end of like, you know, baby, like people who are like kind of like cusp between millennials and Z people, I think is like Generation Z, like that whole lowercase thing is like a big trend. People like sometimes I feel like I have younger friends and things that don't even
honestly I think it's just lazy. Some people just don't,
but that's like what appeals to them. Then it's like a design
but
choice.
as a company, when you're talking about like, you know, I think it looked good. I mean, it's obviously one of the most popular companies, but
and
you
like,
know,
it's
when
like kind of
when you
more
capitalize
spaced out.
things, it's like very clean, you know, bold, stands out.
They said that it's supposed to like convey optimism
what
and clarity.
What? That's weird.
And creating,
I don't like when
creating
people
space. And but I think
that doesn't make
my favorite part is that Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey tweeted Twitter. Like enter from Twitter, like as his response to like the whole rebrand.
Well, Twitter's lowercase too, right?
Twitter, it's like I think the actual, I gotta look at the actual logo besides the little thing. Twitter. Now my computer's in caps lock.
No, it definitely is. But I'm just saying, like,
no, it's just regular. It's capital T and then lowercase.
I've seen the little T.
You mean little T,
little T,
little T and little F.
What about T hug?
T.
That's an inside joke.
You can't know it.
Shout out to T hug, but no, I think you know, I think Facebook is just doing this because they're wanting attention. I think Facebook has been going down as like a lot of people are not using it.
Well, especially it's funny because like people still use it, but it's been getting especially
people are just like watching it.
People have been getting it's been getting a lot of bad press because like of all this stuff that they're gonna just allow campaign ads, political campaign ads that are untruthful. So that's been a whole thing that like Congress has been like having different I don't know if it's like a trial, is like whatever, it's like pressers or whatever with Zuckerberg, everybody's favorite lizard man. But so I mean I feel like they're notorious more than anything. Like I use Facebook, especially now. I love it for events. Like you can always figure out what events are happening in the area. If your friends are having events, it's a good way to just have it all in one place. I love it for events.
Well, let's move on to one of my favorite subjects, shapewear. I'm just joking. It's not.
But you do love Grease.
Well, I do. I actually was going to say, when I got to San Diego, I had to figure out my Halloween costume there. And we ended up going to the Halloween store, which was surprisingly like pretty full of costumes and not many people in San Diego. But I was like, well, if I'm going to actually get a costume, like they had these like, are you all right?
I just like it went down the wrong
Too much
pipe.
claw?
Yeah, the claw just clawed back.
Yeah. But yeah, I ended up getting this bomber jacket that's that had the T-Birds logo
T-Birds
on it.
for
so
T-Hug.
I was a greaser. No, for T-Hug. So I was like kind of like a greaser from the T-Birds. Yeah, I had the bomber jacket and stuff.
You were greaser adjacent.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. There's other greasers and stuff. But what about Sarah Blakely over here?
So. Olivia Newton-John. They were
also known as Sandy, aka some Sandra D.
Okay. Anyways, so she was auctioning off a bunch of it was a big auction for a bunch of kind of her items from the movie that were going to be going to her Cancer Wellness and Research Center in Australia. And Sarah Blakely, founder, CEO of Spanx, which is based here in Atlanta, she bid and won the pants. The leather pants.
You're the one, Anna. When she sweated around the carnival in?
The pants that, yes, where they like kind of like did their like where they switched, you know, their outfits. Where like, you know, he showed up in like his Letterman and she showed up looking like a hot thing in those tiny ass pants that she had to get, like she had to be sewn into those pants. They were so tight. I couldn't even imagine. I just really.
Well, now they're elastic, so they'll fit.
But yeah, so she won them, and she's gonna have framed in the Spanx offices here in Atlanta.
Genius.
Because she's actually pretty close. Like Olivia Newton-John has been like one of her favorite people since she was like a little girl, and actually the faux leather leggings from Spanx were modeled after those pants. I have those leggings. And so that's why she's like, this is like perfect. I definitely want these.
Amazing.
And whatever.
You know how much she spent on it?
$162,500,000.
That's probably pennies to her.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, nothing. I mean, Spanx makes banks.
Does every girl wear Spanx?
No, I wouldn't say so. They have like really cool different, like they don't just have like, you know, what you would consider like a girdle kind of thing. So I
do have to say though, there's been a couple times where you're like, you get back home and like you're like thinking it's sexy time and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, and then you have
them off.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? I thought I took all your clothes off already. What? You have to like, it's another pair of pants or something under there.
I mean, like Spanx, I have the Spanx leggings, and then I also have what they call arm tights, which is like this tiny little, it's like almost like a tiny crop top of sleeves. So like if you want to layer long sleeves, it's like way thinner. So it will layer nicer like under dresses or things. So
how do you feel about men wearing shapewear?
I mean, if it makes them feel more comfy, I'm like not against it. I feel like shapewear is fine. Like I like shapewear under specific, like especially for women, there's like some dresses where like some sort of shapewear or whatever like is the only thing you could wear if you don't want to get like panty lines or bra lines, or like you need it so you can't like, so you don't have to see like a bra or something. Like, I mean, it's like.
Can you tell when a woman is wearing it?
I don't think you can like be like, oh, she has to be wearing Spanx, but like you'll just be like, oh, she looks really good in her clothes. Like it's sometimes just as nice because it just like, even if like sometimes like the skinniest or like whatever people, like it's just sometimes nice to have something that like makes sure like all the clothes is hanging the right way that you want it, especially like depending on the fabric. Like I'm kind of wearing a
honestly, I would love to wear some shapewear sometime.
Yeah.
As a man, I'll say that.
She had actually, Spanx does have a men's line.
No, I won't. The closest we get like men is like Under Armour, and like you're not like actually wearing that under your clothes. Like if you are, you're probably wearing them as shapewear or something.
Unless you're like working, you wear it to work out.
I don't know. I think I've seen like some big people in Under Armour. I'm like, I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing, but. I don't know. It just feels weird. Like it's like, you know, if you want to get this look or whatever, like why don't you like work towards it?
I mean, like but I think for me, like with like women's shapewear, especially like I can like there's a lot of things that I can do.
Like, how do you feel about like? I guess it's more of like, how do you feel about like when? I guess I don't want to just say men, but I mean obviously, you know, with men, it's like what's it called? The okey doke, like, you know. All I can think about is like this one episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where like he gets locked in his attic with like his date, and it's I forgot who the actress is, but she ends up like her hair is fake, her lashes are fake, her nails are fake, which is pretty tame to like what actually a lot of the stuff that women do today. But you know, like how do you feel about guys thinking it's like a trick?
I mean, I don't always think that's super fair because I feel like a lot of women honestly do things just for themselves to feel more comfortable or feel like things look good on them. Or like for me with the whole like makeup or, you know, even hair thing, like especially like, I mean, like a lot of black women, you know, they like wear wigs or weaves or whatever. So like they're changing their hair every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's like an accessory at that point, and that's kind of how I feel about makeup. Like, I wear makeup to feel like it's like, for me, it's like fun and it's whatever. Like, it just makes me feel good to do my makeup in the morning. Or like, for me, I knew even like in high school, like when nobody weighed anything, there was girls who would wear Spanx like under maybe their dress for homecoming or whatever, because like there was like those tight little like ruche dresses there. You couldn't wear anything else like under it that would like look the right way. And I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like there's that meme, and I feel like it's still a thing now, where it's like, oh, take her swimming on the first date. so then you could see, you know, what you're really working with. And if you haven't seen it now, like TikToks are the memes where it's like, how come like the gram is getting this, and like after you're comfortable with your boo, like you're just like in whatever, and you're getting that. And it's like, I feel like, I don't know, like it's.
I guess I don't have a problem with any of it, I guess. But I guess the problem is like you have to deal with the fact that, like, you know, someone might not like you like the same way. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they thought you look like this. You take your makeup off and you just look completely different or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's no one's fault, I guess. I mean,
I guess it kind of comes down to, like, if someone only likes you for, you know, a specific, and
that's part of it though. Like,
I feel like, and it's so interesting because like I think about the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and like how this is like actually a thing for like in the 50s and like early 60s, where like, you know, wives were supposed to be like housewives.
I cannot believe
there
was a time where like that was crazy.
Like where like in the Marvelous.
No, like there's like a scene in the where she has to like, she cracks like the window open just enough where like the sun will wake her up like 30 minutes before her husband will wake up, so she can go into the bathroom, put on all her makeup and all this stuff,
and then get
do her
back
hair,
into bed
and pretend she woke up like that.
Yeah. She woke up like this.
Yeah, and then like when he goes to sleep, she has to like
she
go pretend
like she goes to bed like and then she goes and like puts on
takes
her
it
mask
off because she has to take it all off because like it's also still like she can't leave all that on her face and stuff. Like
the amount of times I've like slept in my makeup and then paid for it the next like days or week, and like face is all broken out. I'm like, God, I should just used a wipe.
Right.
But
But yeah, no, I just think it is kind of crazy. But I mean, nowadays, like, all right, so if you're talking in comparison, Mrs. Maisel, now women are just doing it, I guess, for themselves to feel better. Like,
I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean,
not
like,
doing it for men, but honestly, they are still doing it for
yes,
men.
I mean, like, are we still forever in the male gaze? Yeah, but like, so I feel like there's a, you know, we're potentially just working at that level because of society. Media has painted women to look a certain way because it's primarily in the male gaze. And so I'm sure, like, you know, that's kind of where beauty standards hit, and like, so then women want to look a certain way.
You just see like those, like, sometimes like it's just, you see on like Facebook like the pictures of like the women before and after like the makeup, and then you always see like a comment from a guy being like, what's this hocus pocus?
Yeah.
What's this witchery?
Yeah.
You know, so it's
So I mean, it's like, I mean, women, especially nowadays, like the amount of work that women put into their makeup and like the amount of money that those products, like good products, cost, like there's just, and the amount of heterosexual men that will never understand that amount of work nor the like cost that it takes. It kind of is like, I don't really think a lot of women are doing it primarily for them, maybe subconsciously, just because like
they want the attention of the opposite sex.
Yeah, or like, you know, they think like, oh, this is what being beautiful looks like. This is, I know guys like girls who look like this kind of deal. But like, I mean,
well, I guess for me, like, you know, we've had this conversation kind of a lot about like me. It's like I'm more of looking for like a natural girl. You know, I don't know if that's fair to say.
I mean, no, because I feel like there's plenty of women that I know you've been interested in that are incredibly good at makeup and wear a shit ton.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's obviously they're not my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when was the last time you had a girlfriend?
Well, a lot of girls be wearing this makeup. You know, I just want a natural girl. You know. So, all right. Well, I guess what made you go yikes this last week?
Oh man, two things.
Yikes!
Yikes! Yikes! So. Everyone's already seen it. If you haven't seen it yet, you live under a rock.
Calm down.
Calm down.
like,
so there's video
yeah.
of this. They're calling her Kids Bop Karen.
Kids Bop Karen.
So there is an Uber driver with like probably a young woman who's probably within our age range, Sinai's age range, who cut off a woman, Kids Bop Karen, in traffic. And instead of like, just doing the casual flip the bird, yell, road rage thing, she stopped in the middle of traffic to get out of her car and stick her head into the Uber's car to yell at them. And of course, said passenger, who is our age, was filming it.
Yeah.
And so she was upset that the passenger did some sort of like calm down, like hand motion.
Yeah, like, hey, can you calm down?
Like, calm down, because like she was like coming up and like making a scene, and obviously then the said following video came up, and so
My kids can't hear me calling you a bitch.
Windows open.
They can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Bop.
So that's the thing. It's like she goes and starts ranting at the passenger, being all like, you're being B-ass hoe because of, because you think it's cute to videotape me. And like, she's doing all these weird faces. I swear her face haunts me in my nightmares.
Well, all right. So honestly, yes, she does have a scary face. And like from that angle, from the whole video, it is like very
It's just
jarring.
so aggressive.
But
It's so aggressive.
really what she's doing, it's like probably pent up. Like the girl is probably like pretty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is she just like, trying to like, stereotype her and being like, calm down. Like, saying make fun of her or something.
Yeah, she probably just thought she was like an entitled, which like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even, it's not like, it's not the passenger's fault that her Uber cut her, like, and like the Uber driver was like apologizing and everything, and then she's like, no, I need her to apologize instead of, because she was the rude one and blah blah blah. And so, but then the whole thing was that, the girl was like, okay, well, you keep calling me a bitch, like, be a good example. And she's like, well, and then that's
Your kids.
Yeah, because your kids are right over there.
They're listening to Kids Bop. Is her name even Karen?
No, but it's just, that's like the internet's thing for like people who like are like her, like, let me see the manager, they're Karen. So like,
Karen.
that's like their whole thing. So that made me go yikes. And then the other thing.
No, I want to just say, like, for lastly on that, like, my favorite things about and this is kind of messed up actually to say, but it is the world we live in now.
Go for it.
My favorite thing about these type of things, like there's women or people that like don't stop once like the camera's on them. Like they think they're like, I don't care, film me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They end up regretting it, like, and then they get like hounded on the internet. Like she probably hates her life right now.
Yeah.
So just wanted to remind you guys, Karen has a heart too. So,
Yeah, well.
what else made you go yikes?
So an unreleased snippet
Mm-hmm.
of Eminem rapping, like in support of Chris Brown, was released on Reddit this past week.
In support of Chris Brown, what do you mean?
So it's the line in it says, "Of course I side with Chris Brown. I'd beat a bitch down too."
Fatality.
Oof. And this is obviously in reference to the 2009 assault by Chris Brown to his then girlfriend, Rihanna. And it's funny because, like, Rihanna is, like, what made Eminem even popular again in the 2010s because, like, Love the Way You Lie and different things like that. Like, he was, wasn't doing as great. And then, like, she kind of, like, helped him have his come up because she was hot at that time.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit before this about that chart thing video that was showing like all the top like album sales and stuff from the last like 4 decades or something, 5 decades maybe. And it was just really interesting to see like, the artists and stuff. But Eminem had a reign.
Yeah.
It was like Michael Jackson had like a reign, Eminem had a reign, then Rihanna had a reign. But it was like interesting to see the crossover of Eminem to Rihanna and stuff. And then you start seeing like those artists like collaborated. Like, the music business obviously is smart enough to know that like this artist is the hot one right now. You are the hot one. If we combine you guys, are you sure? Like, why was a snippet even released? Because it doesn't sound like something that Eminem. I mean, it could, I guess, but I mean, why would he do that?
I don't know. I don't know how it got released. It was just posted to Reddit, so I don't know who posted it. But I mean, it never made it onto. It was supposed to be. It was like a scrap verse from like his 2009 Relapse album Sessions. And it didn't make it, and an alternative version of it made it to the B.O.B.'s track "Things Get Worse" because that was the name of like that snippet.
Yeah. I literally think Eminem like will say things just to get people going. Like I don't think he means any of it. He just says.
I mean,
it.
like, yeah, he's definitely a shock value artist. Like,
Right.
I feel like it was born out of the fact that like a lot of the stuff that he wrote when he
He's
first
been
came
doing
out
this,
was like.
right.
It was based in truth and was based on like his life or like things that he felt, especially as he struggled with different drugs and things like that. But yeah, it's just like it's definitely like not a good look. But I don't really.
Well,
know.
yikes.
Yikes, indeed. I don't really know
I
where.
wonder how that'll shake out.
Yeah, I wonder.
I don't know if you'll get another single with Rihanna. Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
think I. Well, also, I don't.
Honestly, it's kind of crazy. There was a time that Rihanna and Eminem had a track together. Rihanna would
Love
never.
the Way
have
You
an-
Lie is one of my favorite songs.
I'm just saying, like Rihanna would never do a song with Eminem right now.
Oh
Ever.
no. I mean, she's barely doing. I mean, she's like, hopefully, fingers
I mean,
crossed.
Ed
she's
Sheeran
coming.
just did one.
She's coming out with a song in with her album in November.
Okay.
But we'll
Well, let's get into a mini main topic. Mini main topic. Since this is my birthday episode,
Since did you guys know it's Ty's birthday episode?
everyone's got to know about my birthday now. I'm
It's
actually
Guy Fawkes Day. His birthday's Guy Fawkes Day.
no. We're gonna talk about everything
Remember.
birthdays. Do you like them? Do you hate them? How are they like celebrated?
I like how you're reading my notes exactly.
What do you want me to do? What about the significant others in relationship? I don't know. We're gonna get into it right now.
So let's talk about it.
Okay.
So
Well, from experience, I love. All right, let's just get this off the bat.
Are we both birthday people? Like, I'm a big for myself and for my friends. Like, birthdays are big for me.
I like to make sure my friends feel special on their birthday.
Yeah, I like.
Now, with that being said, I'm not like I need to go and above and beyond. I just need to make sure that they know that they're
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
on that day, whether that's like a gift
Yeah.
or meeting up with
Same.
them for a drink or dinner or something like that. This
Yeah.
one's on me.
Reaching out, yeah.
That type of stuff goes a long way for me. And that's probably an average birthday, like a good birthday for me. But let me go ahead and get this out the way. Surprises are the best. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if there's people out there that really mean it when they're like, I hate surprises. Like, I know you probably hate surprises, but I don't know.
I don't hate surprises, but
As a birthday like surprise, dude, I've been surprised twice on my birthday. And
your 16th
my
and then this
16th
one?
birthday. Have I told that story on here?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, literally, my friends were just like mean to me all day, and this
Well,
is
maybe you have. I don't
yeah.
know.
And then my I had just gotten my permit. This is like quick version, but I was supposed to drive down to New York City with my mom, and she was gonna let me drive the whole way. And it
That's
was,
right.
like,
Okay, you definitely
exciting.
talked about this.
And then they were just mean to me all day, and finally I was like, guys, just bring me home, and they brought me home, and they're like, hey, can we come in for like,
Surprise.
yeah? And then I came in, and everybody surprised me. That's how it felt last night when you guys surprised me. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And, with that being said, though, I honestly don't, as like I guess a 32-year-old man now,
Ooh.
don't feel like wanting to plan my birthdays anymore. I feel like it's a little corny to plan it. I'd rather just not do anything.
But I think it's a little corny to expect that all your friends will plan
well,
something.
I mean, I would do it for my friends.
Yeah, but I never expect my friends to fully plan my birthday.
Not even to, like, my thing is to be like, hey, do you have something going on? Like, I'm giving you a range of 3 of your friends, your 3 of your best friends, and one of them should be like, hey, what are your plans for your birthday? I'd be one of those friends. Like,
See,
what do you have
my
planned?
thing is like,
And if you tell me nothing, then it's like, all right, shit, we got to start talking about some stuff.
yeah, I feel like I'm okay with like having friends being like, okay, like, did you want to do something for your birthday? And I'd be like, my thing is like, yeah, like I want to see whatever people. I feel like it's like cool to be like a friend and maybe like spearhead the idea, but like I still want to be involved because like obviously like I want to be available / like I want it to be like what I want it to be. It's because it's my birthday, and like for me, it's like I've been getting a lot of birthday advice this week. Like one of my friends, she has a birthday I'll give her a shout out later, but she has a birthday this upcoming weekend, and she was like asking me for advice. She's like, well, I want to like see people, but like I don't know what to do. And like she was like honestly trying to cater too much to her friends, and I was like, pick a place, tell them the times.
I feel you.
Be
yeah.
like, here's a range. I'm going to be at this bar. Come see me.
Right.
Like we're going to
No, that's a good plan too. That's a good plan too. If you don't have a problem with staying home and maybe just relaxing on your birthday, then that's the plan to go. Like you got to be like, all right, this is where and if no one's like, created plans, that's the way you got to go. But to me, I celebrate me 364 days a year. Like that's just me though. Like I celebrate me being born every day. Like I'm
Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, I appreciate like my life. I appreciate.
Yeah, I don't.
So on my birthday, I don't expect anybody else to appreciate me every other day. But when it's my birthday, I would hope like the people in my life would appreciate me on that one day.
Well, that's my thing. Is like I expect people in my life to like give a shit about my birthday, obviously, and like want to contribute to a plan. Or want to like at least like I need them to at least be like, yeah, we're participating. Yeah, like obviously like I mean for your birthday I asked you 3 weeks ago like, hey, are you doing anything for your birthday?
What did I say?
You said, oh no.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So when Chef was like, yo, I'm going like he like took initiative and he was like, hey, what are you doing this day?
Well, and I asked you, I was like, do you want to go out? Like, when are you going to be home? Because I knew you were like traveling a bunch.
Yeah.
So like,
no, I know, but he like
and last year I took you out specifically for your birthday because I wasn't going to be here for your brunch plans that you had for your birthday.
Okay, V, you're a good friend.
There you go. Thank you. That's what I needed because several weeks ago you were saying that John was your only good friend for your birthday.
Well, apparently that wasn't true, and I've been proven mistaken because I have a lot of good friends. And
I know. I don't know what delusion you were living in because you're all like, no one cares about my birthday. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I just felt like also like when your life is so busy, and I don't even know like have time to like worry about my birthday. Like, how do you expect other people to worry about your birthday?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a planner, so like I'm always planning things. So like I plan things for my friends, or I help plan whatever they're doing, or so I guess for me, my birthday, it's always like, well, because I want to see who I want to see, and so like I'm like for my my birthday, back up in January, I very much so was like, okay, who's gonna be here? I mean, like, people were obviously being like, what are you doing for your birthday? What are you doing?
You want to know? Let me grab this White Claw. Hey, a second. Hold on. There are more black cherries because that's the best flavor.
Do you need help?
Oh, yeah, I do. Well, can you help me find a black cherry?
Jesus
But,
Christ.
with that being said, I want to say I think it's a little bit more difficult for me because I have way too many friends. And like,
so, are you saying that I have less friends than you?
No. I mean, I like to have all my friends like come together.
Yeah,
like,
same.
Almost like they're just from whole different groups. So I get like
that's what I did for my birthday.
Listen, I get like a lot of like anxiety about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I almost feel like you said earlier about like picking a place and going for your birthday. That's the only way to like get rid of that anxiety for me. But then also like when like it comes to the day, it's very telling of like the people who show up when you do that.
Oh yeah.
So, the anxiety of like having to invite everybody, because like how do you not invite one person?
Yeah, no.
That's my problem.
With your surprise, it was kind of like because John was the one controlling it.
Yeah.
It kind of was a more abbreviated.
Right. So
situation.
I appreciate the abbreviation, but at the same time, it's like, fuck. I know there's other people that are looking and being like, oh, how come I didn't get an invite and stuff? And that's my like anxiety about my birthday. Is that like it's honestly not even about me, because like I want to celebrate with every single person that wants to celebrate with me. So that's the only problem with like the surprise party, I guess, side of it. I mean, I loved everyone I celebrated with, but if we're talking about birthdays and stuff like that, that's always been kind of like a reoccurring anxiety for me. It's like and then seeing like who shows up, and you're like, not trying to overthink it. Like, you shouldn't overthink it, but like at the same time, you're like, these people showed up. Calm down. Yo, I'm doing the calm down hand right now. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink. Calm down. But yeah, no, that's it. Anyways, I don't know, man. Birthdays it's a tricky thing. Like, but y'all did it perfect this year. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, some years you might not have the best birthday and stuff, or some
Yeah.
years it might be better than others, but like this one was like one that like I definitely won't forget. So it's like, what I mean, what would be your perfect scenario be for a birthday?
I mean, I feel like this past birthday I really enjoyed because I just invited everybody from all my different circles. Like, I feel like I've always been a good, like.
Was I there?
Yeah, you were there.
Okay.
Sorry, what the?
Yeah, which one was this? We party a lot. You know what I'm saying? What party was it?
Remember, we were matching. We were both wearing pink.
Oh, yes, of course.
I had my balloons.
That was the last time I did it again. I don't know what happened, but like I told myself not to cut my own hair, and I did it again last night.
You had just, oh, really?
Yeah, I swear to God, like I almost shaved my head before that.
Well, because for my birthday, yeah, your hair was like super short.
I did it again. Like I gotta stop touching my own hair.
It didn't look bad for my birthday.
No, it doesn't look bad, but it's just
the growing period's a little different than like having a professional do it.
Right. You know what I'm
I get what
saying?
you
I
mean,
just
I
feel
get
uncomfortable. It's a long time of hats and stuff,
Anyways,
yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed my birthday because I definitely was. I'm kind of a people pleaser where I want to make shit work for everybody, and so my birthday was over Martin Luther King Day weekend, so I couldn't. There's some people who like maybe we're going out of town, like our friend John V and things like that. So like I kind of had to like work with that, but also I was like, we're gonna do it because like most of the people can be there, and this is what's gonna happen. This is what works for me. It's my fucking birthday, and so I just had like a little like house party get together, elongated pregame situation, and then we could go out, which I think is fun because then it's like, you get everybody together, people get to talk and mingle and meet with each other, which I feel like everybody really vibed with. Everybody I've talked to after that was like, it was really cool, like meeting some of your other friends and like talking to whoever and like blah, blah, blah. And then we all went out to MJQ, which is like a little underground dance club. And, that was a lot of fun because then then it's like kind of like choose your own adventure because then you could be there, you could do your own thing. Some people kind of like made some pit stops before getting there, but all like made it there and then like either like, left and did if they had other plans or things like that. So it kind of was, for me, it like allows people to then like, I get my fill of being able to see everybody and they're celebrating me and then, do other stuff. And then I still like for my birthday, I had like other mini celebrations. Like I had like some people who, if they couldn't make it to my party or if they had other things, like they took me out to dinner, lunch, drinks, brunch. My dad was in town, for a work thing, so that was nice because I got to spend a lot of time with him and like he got to take me out to dinner and stuff, which means like we got to go to a nice dinner because he was paying for it.
Yeah.
So like I feel like for me that's like
sugar daddy.
Yeah, literally. For me that's like the perfect situation.
To me, so I did plan things like on my 30th and 31st birthday. My thing is that like I think I might like, it's so broad, like come because I swear to God, like I'm like really good friends with people that like you wouldn't even think are like my best friends or anything. Like it's just like I'm just really close with some people.
Yeah.
And so many people that like oh my God, I'm so popular. I'm not trying to sound like that, but so much so
popular.
It's weird flex. Sometimes I feel like some people think like other people are gonna be there for Sai. Like I'm not like one of his like close friends. I don't need to show up when I actually do want that person to be there on my birthday. It's like,
I don't know. I guess I don't know if people think that way.
I just think that some people just, anytime someone invites me to their birthday, it doesn't matter if I know no one or if I'm like,
I feel
I'm
like
going.
I always try to do, even if I feel like, okay, I'm only going to know the birthday person and myself at this birthday, I always try to do like a little stop by.
If someone invites me, I'm going. There has to be like a reason I wouldn't go. Like I wasn't in town.
I literally couldn't go to your actual birthday
Right.
thing last year because I was out of town for a wedding.
Yeah.
But then, I made it up to you and I took you out that week before I left. We went out on Thursday.
You're a good friend, V.
Thanks.
And
Keep saying that.
And you're a better friend than I thought because you were a part of that surprise. So, well, let's wrap up birthdays. Essentially, birthdays. What is your advice for birthdays?
What? I guess like my advice is just like if it's your birthday, do what you want to do. Like it's your day. Don't worry about catering to other people as much. Like do what like is gonna make you happy. Like if you want to like spend the majority of your birthday like going and doing shit by yourself, and like I know people who like have solo tripped for their birthdays, And then maybe
I might do that next year.
Maybe do like a little, dinner with people later or whatever. But like do what makes you happy. And I think that's all that matters.
For me, like the last 2 birthdays, like I think it's going to be a tradition moving forward. But I want to make like a song, like, a video.
That's good.
That's like my goal. And, it's funny because like even if I had nothing else to do, like that's still going to be fun. And like the feeling of posting a song and letting like people watch it and get like people's reactions is just like something like I can't explain.
And it's like your new year. You're going into a new phase of your life. I feel like for me, I love that my birthday's at the top of the year. So it's kind of like New Year's, like I feel like, when everyone else is doing like their New Year's resolution or whatever, like I kind of get like a little like grace period of 2 weeks because my birthday is like January 18th. So then it's kind of like, okay, this is actually like a new year of my life, on Earth. And so I
like the position of mine in November because it's like a head start on the new year for you,
So like, yeah, pretty much like.
And you make it through the holidays with some new goals and stuff because you feel like rejuvenated.
Yeah. So like similar thinking, just like kind of different execution.
I will end this conversation with the fact that I have a really crazy feeling that 32 is going to be like an amazing year for me. No, not going to be my year. It's just going to be an amazing year. And I don't know why, but I just feel like so good going into this this year.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
I'm happy you feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, y'all really set it up with that party last night. I feel loved. Do we have any like Bachelor follow-up news?
Some quick Bachelor news. So
quick Bachelor, quick hit.
So Love is a Lie, JPJ and Tayshia, and Christian and Demi both broke up.
Oh, give him.
Yeah. So Love is a Lie. They both like kind of did like Tayshia and JPJ were like, we were so...
I knew Christian and Demi weren't going to last.
I knew they weren't going to make it because I felt like it was so, like, look at us. We're, like, queer-friendly. And then I just knew JPJ and Tayshia weren't going to make it because, like, they were very, very long distance. Neither one of them were going to, like, move for each other. They didn't
Where would they all live?
I mean, she's, I think, out in L.A. now. And, like, he's still in Maryland. So it was like... Bam.
Dude, if you go on The Bachelor, you should plan on moving to LA.
I hate that though.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like so annoying. But
that's how you become part of the clique.
Click. Nobody fresher than my...
Well, I don't know. I just thought it was like, I mean, people break up all the time, but the Christian Demi thing, like, it's just very convenient. That it ends like months after.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
Dancing with Stars about to finish. Like.
Yeah, we got to get the press, we got to do whatever. And then Tajwan has been teasing us on Twitter, being all like, it's Mike, because they have like their contract lasts a certain amount of time where they can't like, say certain things or do certain things or whatever while they're still in contract with the
ABC,
Bachelor franchise. And she was like tweeting different things, being like, "Is my contract up?" Because like the tea is scalding, being like saying all this kinds of stuff. But like
towards who? JPJ?
Just like just people in general. She was just like, it was very. She did when people like, oh,
cryptic.
She was like, people tell. She's like, tell us more. She's like, some people, even though if they didn't go to Stagecoach, met before getting to the beach, or some people, it was all vague shit that we already know. So it was kind of like, okay, like, yeah, like obviously some of these,
I don't think people care about that. Not right now.
So I'm like, I feel like she was just being vague because she was like trying to cover her butt, but I'm like, but we're all waiting, so I don't know like what she's trying to do. If she's just like,
she's crazy,
she's just trying to make herself relevant again. But like, if she actually has good tea, because Andy, who like came out with 2 books and talked about her experiences and talked about like her relationship and then breakup with Josh Murray, she actually had like good tea. So I'm kind of interested. Like, I feel like a lot of people, once they get out of that contract, they're kind of like, okay, what can I say? And, they kind of make a career out of it. So I don't know if that's what Tajwan's kind of do, but she's kind of doing it in a tacky way.
I honestly think that, we're going to probably hear some, more drama from the Bachelor in Paradise crew come top of the year 2020.
Well, I'm sure because like right before, the new season of Bachelor comes out, I'm sure there will be like, a little bit more stuff will come to light from some of the Bachelor in Paradise people, just because then it's convenient. It's back top of everybody's mind, the franchises. So we'll have to see. I feel like, my Monday nights, I crave wine. I miss just talking.
You miss it?
Sometimes I do.
I'm kind of enjoying like our break.
I do enjoy
it. Makes me appreciate it.
It is nice because I can get some stuff done, you know?
Right.
But I'm also like not really looking forward to Peter's season just because I think he's boring and I'm so sick of these boring leads.
I think it's going to be fine.
I mean, yeah, we watch it. I get to I make my commentary. I have a good time. But it's just always like we're phoning it in. We're phoning it in, ABC.
Well, why don't we get into our slapper of the week? This week, there wasn't anything that was super standoutish to us.
Like I looked at all the new releases and stuff on Spotify, and there was nothing really like
some honorable mentions for Miguel. There was a track called Funeral that was
very
high.
good.
Haim just came out with a new track.
Yeah, it wasn't Summer Girl, which I heard at Pitchfork, but they had their other one that it was pretty good.
Sounds like a 90s song to me, but.
Yeah.
Neither of them really. This song was actually the song that, since it's my birthday.
Since it's his birthday.
I just wanted this to be my slapper of the week. I mean, it's fairly new. I mean,
it's new enough.
It's new enough. I mean, it could be like the next single off the album or whatever. But we played "Circles" by Post Malone off his newer album "Hollywood's Bleeding," and this is another single another song off of it. And without further ado, let's just hop into it.
It's called Myself.
Post Malone. Let's go.
Slapper of the week. This song slaps.
Yeah, slapper of the week, Myself by Post Malone. You like it, don't you?
I mean, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Sometimes we need a vibe on the show,
Okay.
I don't know. I just really liked it. So, what do you got for some shout outs, V?
Well,
I
have some birthday shout outs.
What?
I guess it's your birthday.
Whoa!
Hey, happy birthday, shout out Sai.
Thank you.
And then I wanted to shout out some of my other Scorpio friends because
Okay.
I have so many of them, which makes sense. Capricorns and Scorpios get along very well.
We do.
Obviously, welcome to our podcast. But my friend Holly, her birthday is this weekend, and my friend Tyler, his birthday is the day that this episode is dropping. So
Shout out to you guys,
happy
Holly,
birthday
Tyler.
to
What
them.
up? Happy birthday. Sharing this month with me.
This week with you.
Well, it's the whole month.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like my week though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's still a week.
And my shout outs are going to go to the people that really have gone into making it feel really special for me so far. And so I would like to shout out my friend Sterling. It started out with her in San Diego. Thank you for having me out there and being such an amazing host. Like, not only does she party hard with you, but she also like wakes up in the morning, gets you going to take you out to see things. She's just awesome. Like, I strive to be like that when people come to visit me. So shout out to her. And I also wanted to shout out my friend. I met her through Sterling. Her name is Michaela. Shout out Michaela. We got to hang out over the weekend, and she's really awesome. And actually,
you got your little cheesy grin on.
what the hell, V? Can you just let me say my shout out sometimes? Jeez, oh my goodness.
I just need our audio listeners to know what I look at all the time.
You don't have to. I'm just saying. All right, so the slapper of the week, I actually heard that song in her car this past weekend and stuff. So don't make that face. It was a good song, and I was like, oh, I Shazammed it.
Song.
It was a great song. And then
what an inconvenient time to Shazam.
I was just saying, whatever. I knew it was Post Malone. But and then I want to shout out everyone that was at my surprise party yesterday. That was Chef John Mark, Ebony, Jordan, V, PG, JP, Rachel, Ansley, Salem, Caleb, Melissa, and Adam. Shout out to you guys because you really made my birthday this year incredible. And I can't, and a big, huge shout out to John and Ebony too for hosting it at their house and bringing the bar over there, the whole Back to the Future setup. It's just really nice to have friends that think about you like that, to go, I don't know. That was huge. I can't even I can't even think about the planning of all
I
that
ate
because
so
it was
much food.
yeah, it was just incredible. It was one of the best birthdays I'll never forget. So thank you guys. Shout out to everyone. What are we going into this next weekend and everything? What's going on?
I have my friend Allie's wedding, so I guess shout out to her.
What are you gonna be wearing? Shout out to her.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Maybe a jumpsuit, maybe a dress. I feel like recently to
Are you going
weddings.
stag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recently, yeah, because it's in Texas, so it's just like been it was a whole thing.
You want to
But
drag the boyfriend?
yeah, he didn't have the time because of things with clients. But yeah, so that should be a ton of fun. I'll be with all my very good Mizzou friends for that one, so we're gonna get litty.
Well, late shout out. I'm shouting out my sister Pamela and my brother-in-law
shout out.
Victor.
Shout out to them.
I'll be going back to Orlando this weekend for
Their baby shower.
And what we call a diaper party for Victor, where all the guys bring diapers for the
Which
baby.
is a big thing because, as we've said, I feel like I don't know if we said it before on here. If we just talked about it candidly between you and me, diapers cost a ton of money.
Right.
So like it's helpful. Like instead of like getting like I don't know silly gifts. Like
It doesn't grow on trees, that's for sure.
diapers are money. Neither.
But I'll be heading back there. But it's a very good possibility, V. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping all our listeners keep their fingers crossed.
Everyone cross your fingers, send out good vibes, whatever you do, prayers, I don't care.
There's things working outside of, like, Mother Nature is like working. The universe is working in my favor because next week I will be working for the company in Orlando with the television station out there. But because I'm there,
The radio station.
the radio station is also there. The radio station I used to work for, and they are going to have one of my favorite artists.
Like one of your favorite people.
The man, Chucky Puth. Chucky Puth! Charlie Puth. They're going to have him, and I think I might be able to see him. Maybe. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
If he does meet him, we'll definitely be posting.
Do you remember John's last night saying they were looking into how much it would cost?
How much it would cost? My thing, I know both of us were like, we know people.
Yeah.
Why did?
No, but I'm just saying though, like he was like looking at
He's
how
like,
much
it cost $145,000
to get Chucky Puth to come sing Happy Birthday.
just
to
literally
me
to
on
sing a single song. And
That'd
then,
be amazing. 6 figures? Holy crap.
I'm sure when
No.
you're like that famous and that like you make that much money, like yeah, you're just like.
But he actually looked into it, so I appreciate
That's the
that. That's the
funniest-
thought that counts.
It's the funniest thing.
Dude,
ever.
that's
He
a
should've
good
just-
friend.
he
That's a
should've
good
just-
friend.
He should have just done. He should have looked up on Cameo if Charlie Puth's on Cameo.
Probably not.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No.
But that would have been pretty cool too. But regardless, so keep your fingers crossed for me. I see Chucky Puth. Next week I'll be in Orlando, so it might be a weird week where maybe you're not on the episode. But maybe there's a weird week where you still have to be on the episode somehow. We're figuring it out. I don't know. But I will be out there, and also, make sure to stay after the show. The post-credit scene will be my new cover of Memories by Maroon 5. So stay tuned after the show, and it will be fun. And guys, I just want to say shout out to everybody that said happy birthday or did anything related to making me feel special this past week, because it means a lot to me.
You're so special.
Seriously, you guys are amazing, and I love y'all. So this has been Future Bachelor, a special. Oh, Juan, it's 85. We didn't even start it off with our.
I had it written in the thing.
But you didn't even remind me.
I told you. Your thing, your cursor was on the line.
I didn't see it.
So
1985.
Yeah, that's literally. But I let you do it because I thought you saw it.
It was my birthday.
I thought you saw it because your cursor was on the line.
No, I didn't
where
see
this
it,
song
but it's
was.
fine. It's fine. Yeah, guys.
I'm happy that you actually read her outline. Great.
Anywho,
All
guys,
this
this has
work.
a a very organized episode of
this work.
Future Bachelor. My name is Sai.
I'm Veronica.
And we'll see you
And
next
I'm
week.
underappreciated.
Deuces. I appreciate you.
Future Bachelor Podcast.
to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Memories bring back